Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Last time we ended up going through part of Nokron and clearing out at least the Mimic tier part of it. But we're back in Caelid because every time I record an episode, I tell myself there's one boss left that I need to fight here, and every time I consistently forget it exists. And, well, there's two bosses. One is Decaying Dragon Ezekyl's, but I don't really care about that fight. And then there's Commander O'Neill. And Commander O'Neill is here, you need him for the quest for Gowry and Millicent. And while that questline isn't super important to me, Gowry does have a spell I'll want later, but there's no real gates to doing that questline later. I can pick it up whenever I need, so I'll just do it later when I have all the regions I need to go to unlocked. But here, that is Commander O'Neill. I'm going to do this as cheaply as humanly possible, because, I mean, that's how I do these fights. Plus, he summons help, and while I do have the help that could help here... Go, Oga, snipe. Oh, really? That's who you're focused on? Of course there would be a clean rotten knight causing problems here. I should have just cleared out the clean rotten knights. I wasn't even thinking about them, honestly. Well, I guess at this point we'll have to shift our plans around. Didn't really want him going toe-to-toe with him either, but here we are. Yeah, Olga's just gonna get flattened at this rate. Which is fine, I guess. I can make do. The upside is he's distracting all the crossbowmen here. Now this fight is easier. Because best he can do now is summon like the larger bandits with the great axes, and they're completely doable. Some people say, oh, get on your horse, jump up here, use a crossbow or a bow. And I mean, you can. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not a viable option. But if you have magic, you're just fine. Plus, I mean, you can play his AI against him, and it's not that tough. He doesn't have any spells or any real vertical abilities, so this arena is pretty much built just to counter him. It is worth noting, you should probably at least understand how he fights, because he does have like a different version, which is Commander Nile, that you fight later at, I believe it's Castle Saul. So it's good to at least understand how he fights, because that other fight you don't have any places you can hide to really fight him. Huh. I was hoping that would have been a one-hit, but oh well. There, now he has no more summons. It's just him and me now. Yeah, Fireball is almost double damage. Yep, so Commander Standard, that's a pretty good buffing ability. Unallied Golden Needle, we have to turn into Gowry. And like I said, it goes through a chain of things, because he has to fix it, then you have to come back, then you have to find Millicent, give it to her, she uses it, then you find her a few places. The storyline's actually really interesting. It has some weird implications, and I feel like it's one of those things where if guys like VaatiVidya haven't done a lore breakdown on it yet, they probably will. Because it's a very strange thing. But that's now done. Caelid, outside of this boss, and the storyline here is completed. All the dungeons are done. I guess there is another boss here, but I'm not fighting him. He just flattens you. That's a when you're way later, come back and do that kind of deal. And we'll just head back to Nokron and clear out this surrounding area. I was gesturing to my screen with my hand, and I realized you can't see my hand. I always forget that sometimes when I gesture for things, and I'm like, oh wait, you can't see me in meat space, so this is a completely moot gesture. Was not expecting two of these guys. There's a Hound of Radagon over there. I'm gonna have to kill that. Not looking forward to that fight. Even though I'm well within my capabilities here, it's still a matter of just, I hate that fight. I've said it before, it's like the... I'm trying to think of how to describe it. The Ulcerated Tree Spirit. You know, it's another boss where they just kept bringing it back. Because there's the Hound of Radagon in Rea Lucaria. There's the one here. There's the one east of Caria Manor. There's another one... Oh god, I can't remember where it is, but there's another one that you fight. Oh, it's, actually, it's right... like... here, I think? It's somewhere along this area. Horrible fight. Absolutely dreadful. And it's one of those things where I'm kind of sitting there going, why does Radagon have all these dogs everywhere? Did I just see another man plummet to his death? What is going on? How did you know I was here? You saw them in the background. They just showed up, leaping off the ledge, looking to throw down, while I'm out here creeping in the woods. I don't get it, man. Where are they all coming from? God! They're just more and more. We're just gonna Dragon Breath them then. Now it's all quiet and all the problem has been solved. It looked like some of the guys from here. There's no reason for me to be over here. I was kind of hoping for the lightning strike to be a bit more of an AoE to hit multiple deer. Yeah, I'm still 14k short of a level. I was hoping to squeeze a level quick, but I'll get one by getting all the torches. Oh. Speaking of the Hound of Radagon, there he was. Trying to see if there's any terrain I can abuse. Not seeing any. Of course, he's not going to come after me over here. Otherwise, I could easily just play around up here and get him. I can't even summon... Well, I can summon Oga here, but wouldn't do me much good. But hopefully he backed off so I can move in again. And you can get the little skull she uses to spray magic gunk everywhere. It's just that way. It's over in here. It's not that difficult. It's also not that great. It's cool. I'll give it that. But just like the Spirit Calling Bell or the Omen Bairn or all the other better, air quote, versions of it, the items just don't pay out well enough. But I feel like that's kind of the curse, is you either make them overpowered, and then everyone uses them, or you make them horribly weak, and no one uses them because they suck. And that's definitely something people don't consider a lot, is where balance comes into play. Come on, where's my summon spot here? There has to be one somewhere. Not exactly a great find there, but whatever. Can't be helped sometimes. You see nothing. Go back to your singing. I'm just perpetually paranoid of having the stupid Hound of Radagon pop up again. Like, if he had come after me now, that'd be fine, because I'm not having to deal with a bunch of other stuff attacking me. I can bait him into a fight and not care. I just have to see where my summon range is. I also don't think I have enough FP for a summon, even if I wanted to. Oh, I swear I was able to over here. Okay, where are we sitting at? Because it's not this one you can interact with, I think. When I did this with my other character, I just ran around flinging rocks the whole time. Which I could do, if we're being honest here. Okay, I'm too shy. That is well within my means. Mostly because here's one. Yeah, if you ever need, like, bones or meat, just come here. Especially if you have a really high arcane skill, because then you're just going to find tons of items every time you get a kill. Shouldn't have went this way. I saw that guy looking at me. But I want that item. No, smithing 5 works. But I was just thinking I should probably kind of explain some of my thought process here, because this isn't my last weapon I'm going to be using for the playthrough. There's a few. I will probably switch to Arcane once I get to, like, Millennia, because the end of the game punishes spellcasters so hard, and honestly, a full-on Arcane Rivers of Blood bleed build just wipes the game. I had to do that with my main character. Level 200 on my first playthrough, I could not beat Millennia because I'd just get flattened. But then I went in Mimic tier with the... with Rivers of Blood, and first try, just cleaned house. To me, it showed how obscenely broken it is playing essentially against her as a caster. And I know some people I know are like, well, she's built to punish casters. I'm like, she seems built to punish anything except OP bleed builds. So that will inevitably be the thing. And honestly, as a kind of a walkthrough / guide here, it's what I would suggest anyone to do. At endgame, switch to bleed, you'll do fine. Before that, my plans are... There's the Nagakiba, which I just enjoy as a sword. It's effectively the washing pole, and I always use washing pole. The other option is to use the Cross Naginata, because there's some abilities you can get off that are quite strong. Specifically Black Flame Tornado, but that doesn't come into play until Faramazula, because at that point you finally get like the ability to use that Ash of War, and it's stupidly good. Come on, keep following me. Or I guess this is gonna have to be a big ol' hit and run kind of situation. Not too happy about that. But so that would be another option. Otherwise, my third weapon choice is the Butcher Blade, or Butcher Knife, which shows up in like an iteration of it shows up in pretty much every Souls game, and the effect it has is on hit it will restore 1% of your max HP, and there's a little trick you can do with the Golden Land Ash of War. What you do is you activate it, and it's just like every Erd Tree avatar. It'll create the little pinpoints of holy light and then shoot them. And the thing is, it synergizes in a way where every hit will actually restore 1% of your HP. So if you land a good hit on an enemy, you can chain and get like 10% back just off that. So I think it's a pretty good payout. It's just the matter of getting to that point. But that's a more intermediate thing, because I will probably be able to get Nagakiba. Oh my god, I hate this stupid dog. Relatively soon though. And as a result, I can start using it, but Nagakiba isn't the greatest. It actually has really low bleed chance for the weapon, especially for like the katana class. But it has good poke. And the Cross Naginata actually has, I believe, more bleed buildup. There. He's finally done. We got all these lit. We're gonna dip into here. I've been trying to think of other builds I could do. The problem is a lot of them are just better off as bleed builds. Like the Godskin Peeler is a better... You're better off dual wielding them. So getting onto New Game Plus, putting bleed on both, and then just utilizing that. Mostly because twin blade weapons, for some reason, have really, really high scaling. No, you can just go like this. Yep, Ancestral Infant's Head. Now, if I wanted to, I could go... See, the thing is, it doesn't last very long. If it was a bit longer duration, I could actually see it being viable, but it really isn't. Ah, I'm still 2k off. I have to have some runes here. I think these are 400 each, so we'll do 5, hopefully. Okay, that was more than I needed. Whatever. Still a level. I mean, a case can be made for everything. We'll just get Vigor to 40. You know, better to pass the Vig check than not. And now that that's glowing, we can actually fight the boss. Now let's just go. This way they can't bug me. Alright, we'll get Olga out the second we step through, because it's just like the last boss fight in this area where it was just a deer. Or, I mean, it's a elk? I will say, having used... Whoa. That was unexpected. But having used Rivers of Blood, even a decent amount in my current playthrough, you just kind of loot that and Mohg's Spear. You lose, like, all combat capabilities, because you just get lazy and complacent. Like, I just got so used to walking around and hitting the enemy with just an AoE and instantly getting bleed procs or getting tons of damage. That's just like, oh, I have to actually fight guys again. What do you mean I can't use, you know, Corpse Piler and instantly take half my enemy's health? Stop healing. Yeah! Regal Ancestor! It's actually a decent remembrance to get. I just noticed all, like, the spirit animals die when he dies. It's kind of sad. But the Regal Ancestor Spirit, what we can get from that is the weird antler axe these guys have that can create an area of effect that reduces the, I think, physical and magic resists of everyone in the area, including you, so not the greatest. Or you can get the Regal Ancestor Horn Talisman, which would give you, I believe it's 3 FP per kill back, which is pretty useful. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.